Good morning and welcome to New Chums Beach. So this is approximately day 3 on my little trip on sailing vessel Fogg from the Mercury Gulf around the Coromandel Peninsula to explore the Great Mercs and Whitianga and some of the Coro coastline. So we spent the night last night at Kennedy Bay, just there, a little beautiful little sheltered anchorage just there. Then we've potted around the corner this morning to this spot here, New Chums Beach. Now, got absolutely no idea how it got its name. I have to say, being New Zealand, which doesn't have a great history of highly created names, you know, North Island, South Island, White Island, Bay of Islands, they tend to be kind of quite obvious naming. So I got no idea how New Chums was named. I imagine one possible explanation, somebody who was in charge of naming stuff met a new buddy one day, a new drinking buddy in the pub, and got invited down to the beach house for the weekend, and came down here and looked at that amazing beach and said, wow, this is incredible, and this is our New Chums Beach. And maybe it's as simple as that. I'm sure it's not. I'm sure somebody will point out that there's a much more authentic explanation behind it. Anyway, the point of interest is none of that rubbish. It is that New Chums Beach was voted one of the world's top 10 beaches, and that's for real. Can't remember exactly when it was, and I can't remember exactly what the criteria are, but I do recall, I think, stuff like it has to be pristine, unspoilt by human hand. So as you can see, there's no buildings, no shops, no roads, or if there are, they're very well hidden. Beautiful pristine sands, beautiful pristine water, and very peaceful and tranquil. And I think it's actually accessible only by foot from somewhere around the corner over the headland there. So yeah, what a magnificent spot. Now, I've just realized that I have actually been here before, and I have to admit, I think I kind of blanked out the memory a bit. It's a bit of an embarrassing story, and I try to kind of forget about it, but I will share it with you. So about 15 years ago, when I was new to New Zealand, I had my first sailing boat that I bought in New Zealand, a little Lidgard 35 Ailey's Comet, great little boat. So I sailed it down here, explored the Mercs, and someone said, come and check out New Chums Beach on the way back. It's just this, you know, top 10 beach, and go and take a look. So I bought Ailey's Comet over here, and I anchored just off the beach, a bit like this, and thought, wow, this is great, it's beautiful. So I jumped in the water, swam ashore, was sitting on the beach, looking around like everyone else, admiring our kind of world-class beach here in New Zealand. And then after a few minutes, I just looked out. It'd been a beautiful, calm, blue sky, lovely day. Looked out, and I thought, that's interesting. The swells are suddenly getting quite big, aren't they? And that's interesting. That's going to be an interesting swim back to the boat. And then I realised, that's interesting. They're starting to really break quite a long way out, actually pretty close to my boat. And I suddenly realised in the space of about 5 minutes that my boat at anchor was probably about to become a surfboard and get picked up and brought in. So, you know, I can swim pretty quickly when I have to, and I think that day I kind of half swam, half flew straight back to the boat, jumped on board, started up, pulled the anchor up, and as I was doing that, every wave was just getting bigger and bigger. And I remember I just got the anchor up, and I could see this one final swell just kind of lifting the bow, and I thought it was about 50-50 whether I was going to just make it over or not. I thought if I can get over this one, I'm clear, but I might not. And I remember gunning the engine, and watching the bow lift. My stern was now pointing at the beach. I watched the bow lift and I just cleared it before it kind of broke very close to my stern, just behind me. And I got out of there and obviously lived to tell the tale. But as you can well guess, I've kind of not told that story too widely and mainly blanked it out. So as you can see today, I am very safely anchored a long way off and nowhere near the breaking surf or the backline yet.